George R. R. Martin announced a new World of Ice and Fire book, and House of the Dragon is much further away than what you think. Unless, of course, they already published the date that season 1 will premiere on, then it's exactly the date you think it is, based off of what they said. Also, did George let us know that we can't trust the UK? First, let's talk about George and his new A World of Ice and Fire book, a big project he was keeping to himself. George posted on the most holy of holy days on his Not a Blog, a blog post titled The Rise of the Dragon. Now, clearly, you see a post titled that and you think, this is a Winds of Winter announcement. Oh my god, The Rise of the Dragon is Dany finishes shitting in the grass, she gets to the Seven Kingdoms, and she kicks ass. Where we see fake Aegon finally taken down, and Dany ends up booting the Lannisters out of King's Landing. That is the Rise of the Dragon. Of course not. It was an announcement for a different A World of Ice and Fire project that he's working on that is not Winds of Winter, or even A Dream of Spring. I don't know if you thought maybe he was working on that. He's not. Or maybe he is. I don't know. I don't spy on him. Basically, this is a republication of Targaryen lore we already have and know, but there's 180 new illustrations. Here's the first part of his announcement.
We're so excited to announce The Rise of the Dragon, a lavish visual history of House Targaryen, the iconic family at the heart of HBO's Game of Thrones prequel series, House of the Dragon, featuring over 180 all-new illustrations.
Now, Fire and Blood had about 75 to 80-ish, depending on what edition you had. So 180 is actually quite a bit more. But I was wondering, based off that first little bit, okay, why not just re-release Fire and Blood and add those images in? Just be like, oh, hey, this is the illustrated edition, or the edition where we shoved in a bunch of new art pieces. Well, George explained how this book is fundamentally different than Fire and Blood. Here we go.
For those of you who are wondering what's the difference between The Rise of the Dragon and Fire and Blood, think of The Rise of the Dragon as a deluxe reference book in which Westeros' most infamous family and their dragons come to life in partnership with some truly incredible artists. Fire and Blood was scribed as a Grand Maester's account of events from Aegon Targaryen's conquest of Westeros through the infamous Dance of the Dragons, the civil war that nearly undid the Targaryen rule. The Rise of the Dragon will cover the same time period, but is written in a more encyclopedic style similar to The World of Ice and Fire.
So it's The World of Ice and Fire, but only the Targaryen chapters, and only half of those. But with some pretty new pictures. I appreciate any new illustration. I am amazed by artists. People that can design things, bring things to life. Amazing. George can do whatever he wants with his time. I'm not going to tell an elderly person how to spend the last years of his life, the end of winter. It kind of feels a little money grubby. Like, you're taking Fire and Blood lore, you're taking the World of Ice and Fire Targaryen lore, again, only half of that, and you're just adding, I guess, a different narrative and photos? Again, George, do whatever you want with your time. Is this a money grubbing thing? You wanna know what? I don't care. George's people, publishers, give me a free copy of The Rise of the Dragon, and I will review it on my channel with all the calmness and stability that redheads are known for. In fact, here, let me show you a little snippet of what my review will be. You know, since all the information that's going to be in that book has already been published multiple times, and we're just buying it for a different written style and art. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be my sneak peek of my review. Oh my god, the 180 new images alone make this book worth it. All of it, just the art, so gorgeous. I couldn't stop staring at it. Just amazing. And you wanna know what? I thought it was kind of weird. Oh, you're taking all the Targaryen info you have in World of Ice and Fire, we'll have that. and Fire and Blood, and you're just repurposing it into this book. Oh, that's so lame, but no, it was awesome. It was so cool to have. It just felt like a different point of view of that information, and I loved it. It was like learning the Targaryen lore all over again. George, HBO, I guarantee you every single person that watched this video fell for that, and they're going to go buy The Rise of the Dragon. Give me a free copy, you fucks. George also gave us a release date, October 2022. That's this year, holy shit. And some sample covers.
The Rise of the Dragon is perfect for fans steeped in the lore of Westeros, as well as those meeting the Targaryens for the first time in the HBO series House of the Dragon. The book will be available in October 2022.
Okay, something I want you to note. The US cover is black, but the UK one is green. They're on the green side. I knew we couldn't trust those mother UK subscribers. I have my eyes on you. Eye on you? Oh, it's just one eye. I said in a previous Game of Thrones news video, I'm happy to have any additional A Song of Ice and Fire material, A World of Ice and Fire material. I love it. Give it to me. It's just in this case, I kind of question the motives. Like, here's the thing. If I was a cynical, bitter person, I would think, House of the Dragon is going to premiere around that time, October, and I want to get out a book about it and title it and, get people interested in buying it after they see House of the Dragon, or they watch an episode or two and they want more information and I see a boom in sales and maybe they get confused and they're like, should I buy World of Ice and Fire or Fire and Blood or this new The Rise of the Dragon? I want to get more lore for House of the Dragon. What should I do? Okay, I'm just gonna buy all three. I don't know. I just feel like maybe there's something else going on here. Or maybe he just released it because, there's dummies like me that like to look at pretty pictures and a new narrative might be really cool. And I will end up buying The Rise of the Dragon. I'm going to. Anything George puts out, World of Ice and Fire, Song of Ice and Fire related, I will buy. I know I'm part of the problem. But of all the projects he could have been working on for this verse, that one just is a little off. Either way, George gets more money, HBO gets more money, more trees die. I think all around, everybody wins. House of the Dragon has wrapped filming, but they still have a long way to go in post-production. So just in case you're one of those people that you check every month, is this the month they're going to release House of the Dragon? You still got a little bit, so you could maybe not do that for a month or two. Ryan Condal, beloved showrunner for House of the Dragon, announced that while they finished filming on Valentine's Day, they are still far from being done with post-production. He also said that most of filming went well, except for 𝐷𝐸𝐸 at the end kind of kicked his butt, kicked their butt. He ended up getting it, couldn't even go to the wrap party. Poor man. But Ryan shared that while he will be at Comic-Con this July, the show, House of the Dragon, is still far from being ready to premiere. So here's his quote: "We're not anywhere close to being done because we have lots of post stuff to do." There are a lot of dragons, and there's a normal 3 to 6 months of post-production, so I still think end of summer, although I would like a fall or winter premiere, but it's not all about me. I mean, none of it's about me. Now here's where the video comes full circle. I believe George is releasing the book in October because it's right around then House of the Dragon will premiere. A spooky October premiere would be fun. And I just want to be clear, I'm not complaining about George wanting more money or getting more money or doing things for more money. That's completely fine. You can do whatever you need to do or want to do when it comes to that. People bitch, but the market wants what the market wants. The market obviously wants it. He is going to make enough money where it will encourage projects like this to happen in the future. So even with all the people going, well, I'm done with George, I'm never going to read anything from him ever again, they're going to buy it. Or even if they don't, it won't matter. He's going to make enough money off of it. So I guess, good job, George. You get that coin and, live out your last years however you want. We can't stop him now.
Nothing can stop